Hello and welcome to the Game Shed with me, Mark. Today I'm going to show you how to change the case on a Game Boy Color. This is what my Game Boy Color looks like. Ignore the fact that there's no buttons because I've been playing with the insides. Anyhow, this is my Game Boy Color and as you see, no battery cover. Annoyingly, it's a bit battered. There's no battery cover, the screen's a bit scratched. So we have been donated very kindly from Monster Arcade a brand new clear case. Look at this, an absolute beauty. I've wanted a clear Game Boy Color for ages, and this is what Monster Arcade sell. So what I'll do is I'll pop the link in the description below for Monster Arcade, so you can go and have a look at what other colours they've got if you're not a big fan of clear cases. But this one is great. I mean, it comes with all the little bits, comes with the D-pad, the buttons, everything else. As you can see, it's got the metal plate at the back, and it's got the battery cover. Look at that. So I'm just going to take it off here and just show you a bit closer. It's got Game Boy, and look at that. Beautiful, really, really good work on these cases. They're really well made. So there's the buttons. I'm going to pop those over there, and the case is there. So the screwdrivers you're going to need are a little Phillips, a tri-wing screwdriver, and finally just a piece to kind of pry stuff up with. So I've got a little plastic piece there, which will help me a lot. The screws you need to undo to start with are these 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Yes. Grab your tri-wing and undo those screws. Now I'm going to skip this part, and as you can see, I've undone all the screws there. So I'm just going to pop the back off, and as you can see, we get straight to the board. You can see all the insides there. Beautiful. See where the cart goes in. You can see the battery bits where the battery connects to, and yeah. So first things first, take off this volume slider. Just pop that out of the way. Once you've done that, it's time to do the ribbon. So to do the ribbon, all you need to do is pop these 2 little tabs. One on the left, do it up, and one on the right, do that up as well. Just pop it up. Really simple. Just use your nail, and then the ribbon will come out. Just like that. You don't need to pull that too hard. If you're pulling it hard and it's not coming out, then just check those tabs. Next thing will be the 3 screws on the main board. You will need a Phillips screwdriver for this. So I'm going to skip that so you can see it done rather than watch me doing lots of unscrewing. Board will then come off the front of the Game Boy, and you can just pop out that little speaker there, and it hangs loose. You don't need to do anything with that. You can pop that to the side and not worry about it. Here's the cover. As you can see, you've got the rubber for the the rubber for the start and select button out of the way. You've got the rubber for the D-pad, the rubber for the A and B buttons, and then you can just tip out the buttons. So you've got D-pad, A and B. Simple as that. So there we go. Just going to pop those to the side. Once you've done that, you can see the empty front, and there's the screen. So all you'd have to do is just pry the screen out. So once you've done that, just pop the case to the side and get your new case. Very simply, grab the D-pad first. That just pops in. You can see the notches there. So that fits in nicely. Once you've done that, pop in the buttons, A and B. They will only go into their correct slots. As you can see, they've got sort of plastic bits that stick out, tabs, and those only fit in, like I say, into the correct slots. So give that a go. Start and select, just pop those in. Once you've done that, you can grab the rubbers for the A and B button and you'll notice there's two holes, one is larger than the other because there's a larger bit of plastic at the bottom. So just pop that into there, and the top bit will slot in as well. So just push that down, make sure it fits. Grab the rubber for the D-pad, and there are two plastic slots again, bits sticking up, you'll see there. So the holes just pop over those. So pop those over, and you'll see it fits beautifully. Once you've done that, just get your screwdriver just to make sure. Just push the edges down, it will just make it stay a bit easier, and make sure that your rubbers don't pop out while you're putting the board onto the case. So here we go, here's the board. First of all, you want to get the pesky speaker in. It's a bit fiddly, so try to do that. I don't know whether you might want to do that before putting the buttons in, but I've done it after. That then just pushes into place, and the board just goes on top. So just make sure nothing slipped out of place before you put the board on. And make sure you've put that screen in. Very simple. Slot it in. There's no sticky or nothing for that. And hold up that ribbon. Once you've done that, the board will go into place perfectly. Ribbon popping over the top. And just get that in place. With the ribbon, just need to push that in. Right, after a bit of fiddling, you'll be able to push that ribbon in. Look at that, it's looking great already. So just carefully bend that ribbon over. Bend the ribbon over a little bit, and it just pops straight in. And what you'll notice is the ribbon, the gold part of the ribbon will be out of sight, so that's when you know it's inside. Push those little tabs down. Make sure they're securely down, both of them. And once you've done that, you can then move on to the next part. You need to put in 3 screws here to secure it in place. Just pop those in. Once those are in, you need to put the cover for the 2 LED lights at the top. Is that the infrared? Yes, it is. So just pull that off of the old one, and then you just slot it onto the new one. It can be a bit fiddly, this, so just be patient. Be patient with all of it, actually, because there is quite a few fiddly bits. I mean, I've edited this video so that you don't have to sit here for ages, but there are a few fiddly bits, so just be prepared to be patient. So now slot the back cover on. Make sure that the 2 bits for the battery, so the spring and the other part, are lined up with the holes so that it just clicks straight through. And you'll need to click round the case, make sure it's all clicked into place, make sure the power button is okay, and make sure the infrared cover at the top is snug. So just squeeze that and you'll see it click shut. Once that's done, you should see that the whole thing is nice and in place. Once you've done that, you need to grab your tri-wing again and secure the following screws. So there's 6 of them again, just repetition at the beginning really. So just whack those in. Once those are in, and just make sure that all of them are in. And they're all screwed up nicely. Back cover, you can pop this on now if you want. I just did it for show. Once you pop that on, look at that. You're almost there. There's not much more to do. Now, I didn't need to give the board inside a clean, or any part of it actually a clean, because it was really nice. But you do need to put the front plastic on. So inside the packet that came from Monster Arcade there was a screen and a sticker. So let's do the sticker first. Just need to turn the Game Boy over and whack it on the back. So there we go, nice silver sticker, that goes in place. And just make sure you smooth it down with your finger, make sure it's stuck properly, otherwise it's going to lift up at some point and come off. So once you've done that, look at that, it's beauty. You've only got one more part to do here. We are almost home and dry. So let's just take that screen out the packet. It's got a sticker on the back. You may want to use like something, a piece of plastic or a credit card or something just to pry up the edge. Right there, that's the one. I sneakily did that. Peel that off. Be very careful not to touch the sticky part because your fingerprints will end up on the screen forever. Be careful not to get any dust on it as well. There we go, that just pushes into place. Make sure you really secure that down. Once that's secured down, it shouldn't come away. If you're worried about that, you can always add a bit of extra tape, or underneath, I mean, like sticky back tape, or you could add a tiny bit of super glue just in the corners, but be very, very careful if you're thinking of doing that because it may bleed through onto the screen. There we go. As you can see, the screen still has its sticker on, so I'm just gonna peel it off. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Nice shiny screen. And that Game Boy looks brand new. So it's a brilliant, brilliant case, this one. It fits really, really snugly, looks really good, and you'll find that the Game Boy Color Clear is more expensive than buying the Game Boy Color Clear Purple. It seems there isn't many about, so this is a great option if you want a clear Game Boy and you've got a battered old, I don't know, whatever color Game Boy Color, then you can just replace it like this with a brand new transparent case like this, which isn't the purple tinge one, it's an actual transparent one. So at this stage, grab yourself a couple of batteries, trying not to show the make, and just whack them in. Let's just test this out and make sure that this puppy works. You basically want to just make sure that you get something on the screen, otherwise the ribbon may need to be reseated. It's very, very simple to open this up and troubleshoot if you've got any issues. So let's check this out. That works perfectly, look at that. I'm going to turn it off. Turn it back on again. Beautiful. I haven't got a game in there at the moment, but I know this works with games, so there we go. So let's just turn it on once more so you can see up close. So that is the Game Boy Color with a transparent case. Now this case you'll be able to get from Monster Arcade, which I will put in the description below. Yeah, I mean, at the Game Shed we're really, really impressed with this and we think it looks absolutely beautiful. So check it out. Thank you very much for watching. See you later.